Hi you guys, it is Jaliyah.Kreationz and I'm back with another video. Welcome to my channel if you're new here or returning. I am a financial coach that teaches people how to budget and get their finances organized. Welcome in, you guys. Hi budget bros and budget babes. You guys, I am excited for today's video. I do have something that I do want to talk about in the middle of this video, so make sure you stay tuned and you watch this all the way to the end because I have something exciting with Mother's Day coming up, so I will be talking about that in this video as well. You guys, I did a email. I sent out an email, and if you guys are subscribed to my website's email, you would have got this email. I sent out an email and I challenged my clients to a daily spending challenge, which where we go through and we just monitor what we spend day to day. So today's video, I'm going to be going through and talking about my first week of May and exactly how much I've spent, go through my expense tracker and do the daily challenge. If you did place an order after you got that email over the weekend, I actually did give free calendar books to all of my budget babes and budget bros who ordered throughout the weekend. So I hope that you're going to be doing the challenge with me. If you guys are wanting to get the calendar books to do the challenge, I will be putting them in the description box below, or if not, you can do this on your planner. If you do have a planner and you just want to chart your day-to-day spending on your calendar, that is something you could do as well. I just like doing it separate, so I just don't feel like my calendar has too much going on it. So in this video, we're going to be talking about how to do the daily spending challenge and also how to update your expense tracker per week, and just talk about how the first week of the month went. The first of the month started on a Thursday, so it's exactly about a week from today that when I'm recording this video. This video is being recorded on a Wednesday, which is Wednesday the 7th, so it's about 7 days, 6 days in. So I'm just gonna go through and do this video now instead of waiting until, you know, next week to show this. So that way we just get a clean slate and go through everything. I'm going to go through my budget for the month, talk about my expenses, what I'm doing for this month, and then we're gonna get into my daily spending and show you guys how you can update this. And if you are doing the challenge, I can't wait to hear about it. Let me know in the comments. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more, you guys, so you can see everything. Hopefully my camera isn't upsetting me today. Sometimes it doesn't want to look like it's zoomed in, so hopefully it is doing its due diligence today. So this is my calendar, you guys. You guys are going to see some wonky colors on my calendar because I was setting up a video talking about the difference between your credit card minimum dates and your statement dates. So just ignore this little color thing I have going on. It will be posted on my YouTube shorts, so you guys will be able to see that video. But here's all of my bills I plan to spend for the month. I do have an annual fee coming up for my gym membership, which I'm not excited about, but hey, it's in the budget. It's good to go. We have it there. Those annual things do come up. I highly recommend setting up a savings account just for your annual fee. So like if you do your car insurance annually, things like that, it's very nice to just get those set up and have a sinking funds for it. If you guys don't know, I budget to always be a month ahead, so I pay myself as soon as the month starts, and I'm going to talk about that process. If you're self-employed or your income fluctuates, I highly recommend doing this process. It reduces so much stress and you're already taken care of for the month. So what I like to go through and do is set up my monthly budget. I am a type of person that likes to use two different bank accounts, one strictly for bills and then one strictly for spending. So that will be my variable expenses. So in my fixed category, here's how much I plan to spend for the month on bills, $22.02. So what I do is, as soon as the beginning of the month starts, put that amount of money in my bill account, so that way the money can just go out. I have my auto pay set up for my bills. I'm not stressing. I'm already paid myself for the month. So that's what I do for my bills. And then my variables, I like to put all of this on a credit card, so I would just fluctuate through my credit cards based on the statement dates, the minimum dates, and things like that. So I'm using my credit cards accordingly. If you guys have questions about that, there is a video that talks about credit cards, the playlist that talks about the statement date, and you'll see what I mean more of that way. I don't use my debit card at all. I know I say this a million times, you guys, but I don't use a debit card. I only use credit cards for my expenses, so it's good to have a bank account that has the actual money on there and then just pay the credit card off. So here's everything I plan to spend for the month. My goal for the month is to do no impulsive spending on coffee, you guys. I have recently if you guys have been watching my previous budget videos, or if you guys been watching my shorts, I do a lot of my clients' budgets and I show examples, and then there's times I do my budget. If you look at these expenses, you usually can find out which budget is mine versus my clients just on the way that I spend and my bills. You guys can go check my playlist. A lot of my bills are always the same. I usually average the same thing every single month unless I have something going on where I'm going on vacation or I want to do something different for the month. I go through and set that up. But what I was going to say is I recently, if you've been keeping up with my expense tracker shorts where I do my expense tracker, guys, I have retired the energy drinks. I know you guys are like, Jaliyah, oh my gosh, I was impulsively drinking energy drinks. I put it in my budget, but I put it as impulsive so I can stop the habit of doing it. Sometimes when you have a habit or something that you're doing, putting on the expense tracker and putting it as impulsive, instead of, even if you have the money for it, allows you to be like, okay, this is getting out of hand. It's impulsive. It's impulsive. You guys, I was a Red Bull girl. Like, I literally wanted to drink Red Bull every single day, and honestly, my health was declining as I was drinking it. And I know people are gonna be like, well, Red Bull has always been bad for you. Like, you should know that it's bad for you. You guys, I am in my 20s. I am a full-time business owner, and I go to the gym a lot. So my energy levels are like throughout the day, it's just like, oh my gosh, like I feel like I need me a pick-me-upper, which gave me a caffeine addiction. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I was just always wanting caffeine, or even just making coffee at home, or getting a coffee once a week, or only usually around the times I'll go to the gym, which is usually 3 to 4 times a week. I would get me a pick-me-upper, whether it's a Red Bull and I buy like 4 Red Bulls for the week, or whatever the case may be, you guys. But I have officially retired my caffeine, so just want to let you guys know. I retired my caffeine, so no more caffeine for me. I'm done with caffeine for a little bit. I think I'm gonna just do a whole month with no caffeine and see how my body feels, and just drink more water. Sorry to be TMI, you guys, but I feel like when we talk about finances, there's a lot of things that go on in our life that cause us to do financial or make financial decisions. So I just want to be transparent, because yeah, I was going through that, you guys. I was. So that's my goal for the month. You can make your goal whatever you want it to be, whatever makes sense to you, whatever the case is. I don't put an average for my income for the month just because it always changes, but I will be transparent and say I always make more than my expenses, so you can use that to see what I mean by that. So my total of expenses for the month usually are about $3 grand every single month. That never changes. I always make more than that to cover my bills and expenses, which I am grateful for. I always pay my bills in advance, so I'm not stressing about it or save from the previous month, so I'm ahead for the next month. A month ahead cycle just has always been beneficial for me. Alright, you guys, so that is our monthly section, and then the next section we have over is going to be my weekly budget. I set up a weekly budget, but it's not really something I rely on. I usually rely on my monthly budget, but it's good to see exactly how much you're going to spend each week. It's good to write it down so you know exactly what's coming out of your account. Even though I put all my money in a bill account and a variable account, I can see exactly how much I'm supposed to be spending each week, just to monitor that and look at it. It just depends. I feel like when I set up a weekly budget, just because the way things fluctuate for me, or I may change something around, or I may spend more one week versus the other week, I just feel like it's not as needed for me personally. Like, for example, for spending, I have a $62 spending budget. Sometimes I don't even spend that full $60. Sometimes I only spend like $18 of that, so I'll just move the money to the next week. And then if I wind up spending $100 the next week, it's still in budget because I had $62 from the previous week and $62 from that week. So it's just, that's how me personally, it just works for doing the 2 accounts. But whatever makes more sense to you, I say be as detailed as possible. When you're used to budgeting and you're used to seeing your numbers come out and you're used to your spending habits, you kind of won't really focus on a weekly as much, but it's really good to have it so I just can see my bills, my expenses that I plan to spend. Sometimes I don't get my nails done when I write it down on the weekly budget. I do my nails maybe the next week. So it's just setting up the money and just spacing it out so you know we have a little cushion at is good to go there. So that is my weekly budget for the month. Here are my bills. We're going to go ahead and cross off what bills that I have paid for the month, you guys. So I have paid my rent, have paid my gym membership, and I have paid my electric bill for the month. So now we are going to go through and do our expense tracker and our daily spend. So what we're going to go ahead and do, we're going to go ahead and set this up for May, you guys. So we're going to put Thursday is the 1st, and just go ahead and set up our calendar. Sorry guys, I know it's so quiet, but I just don't like writing and talking at the same time because I feel like I'm gonna mess up sometimes. So okay, there we go. Boom, we have our calendar, and I'm gonna go ahead and put spending. Daily tracking. Spending daily tracking, just so we can see that this is different from my regular calendar. Alright you guys, so before we go into the daily, I'm going to go ahead and write down my expenses for this previous week just to push everything. The first started on a Thursday, so we kind of have like the first to the Thursday going on, and then we have the 5th going on to the 11th here. So just because the first falls a little funny, we're going to go ahead and write everything from the 1st to the 4th, and then we're going to write everything from the 5th to basically the 7th because that's the date we're at now, and then I'll finish this off at the end of the week just to see if I'm missing any transactions. Excuse this here, you guys, I accidentally almost wrote April. So we're just going to go ahead and adjust this. So we're going to go ahead and write down every transaction and pull our bank statements from the 1st to the 4th because that would have been the Thursday to the 4th. You guys get what I'm saying? Everything from the 1st to that time frame. So let's go ahead and set it up. I have my expenses here. So on the 1st, we spent $16.60 on rent, which is going to be a planned expense. Then we spent $70 on nails, which is going to be a planned expense as well. So my self-care budget. Sorry you guys, I'm getting a call right now. Sorry about that, you guys. Everybody wants to call me when I'm doing something. So we have 5-1. We also have $10 on spending / household items. I need to set up a budget for household items. I just take it out of my spending because usually I don't spend my whole spending budget, you guys. So I don't usually do a household / personal care. I just take it out of my spending money. But if you want to get more organized and, you know, you can put that in there. I've noticed that as I've been doing my budget, I don't have a budget for that, and usually it comes up. So we have our gym membership, and I'm going to put annual fee just so I'm aware that my gym membership was more because I have my annual fee going on, even though it's in my budget, but just seeing it in the expense tracker. I'm very type A1, you guys. Like, I got to see everything written down. When I go back and look at my budget planner over the years, I like to know exactly where every single penny went. I spent $27 on gas on the 3rd. I didn't have to do any grocery shopping this first week, you guys, because I ended the month with going grocery shopping, so I'm good there. And then I did go to the movies, so I spent about $30 on spending / going out. I just put that as my spending money. It's money to do things I want to do. So we got that as planned. And that's all for the first week of the month. Let's go ahead and put that there. Okay. So for the daily spending calendar, I highly recommend doing this daily, of course, but we're just going to do it here to show the expense tracker and show everything, and then moving forward just do a daily check-in. I kind of wanted to write it down every single day as I did it, but I also wanted to vlog the process of me doing this. So for me, I feel like just going through, and as long as you're writing it down so you can see it, is good to go. You can do it every single day or do it every single week when you do your expense tracker. But I think the daily expensing is really good, just writing down how much you spent for the week and then going through and breaking it down on your expense tracker. I'm doing it opposite. I'm breaking it down on my expense tracker and then breaking it down daily so I can see exactly how much I spent per day. Whatever makes more sense and is easier for you to follow, of course, is the way you want to go. So let's go ahead and set this up here and write down how much we spent daily here. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and go in our calendar and add it up. So on the 1st of the month, some people said they don't want to do bills, so we're just gonna do it without bills and see what we have here. So no rent, we're not gonna put the rent, we're just gonna put our spending. So we spent $70 on nails and $10 on spending for the house. So on the 1st, we would have spent $80. All right, on the 2nd, we didn't make any transactions. On the 3rd, we spent $127 since we had our gym annual fee and our gas. Oh, I shouldn't have put the gym on there, but you know what? I'm gonna put it on there since it was an annual fee. And then we did a spending of $30 on the 4th. Okay, that's all our spending from the 1st to the 4th. This is the week of April 27th to May 4th, our first week in our budget planner, which brings our total of expenses for this week 700 plus 10 plus 100 plus 27 plus 30. We spent about $237 on things that were not technically bills, but that gym membership should be in there too, you guys. Now, it's really cool about having a weekly budget set up. You can compare this to what you actually plan to spend for the week. I plan to spend $19.44 for the first week of the month, which was April 27th to the 4th. April 27th, you guys, anything before the 1st would have been in our expense tracker for the previous month. It's just if you have any bills that fall through this time frame and you have a paycheck before the 1st, you would have to cover, you know, those bills. That's why we start with the week of the 27th to the 4th. But what we're going to go ahead and do is compare us to the week. So we were supposed to spend $19.44. If we add my rent, we spent a total of $18.97 this week. We didn't spend our full spending budget, and we didn't eat out this first week of the month. So we're gonna go ahead and put week 1 here if I have room. Okay. Now I'm going to reverse it on you guys. I'm going to go ahead and write down what I spent on my calendar first, and then we're going to break it down to our expense tracker. So on the 5th, I spent $25 plus $16. I spent a total of $41 on the 5th. I do have my electric bill, but I didn't add the electric bill in there, you guys, just to do spending. And then on the, let's see, yeah, 25 plus 16. Okay, so to make sure I didn't mess up my math there. All right, and then on the 6th, I spent $26. And on the 7th, I have spent $8. All right. Now let's go ahead and break this down on our expense tracker for the first few expenses of the week, which that seems more like it because this is kind of daily since I'm on the 7th, so you can see what I've spent on the last few days. So I just say do it as you go, you guys, every day. Maybe add up your expenses. I know it may not be realistic to do it every single day. That's why I kind of wanted to space it out a little bit so it doesn't feel, you know, all over the place, but it's still good to see it on your calendar. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and break down our expense tracker for what we actually spent this week and break down the transaction so you can see what it was. On the 5th, you guys, I was having the worst day ever. I had to spend $25 on Uber because my key that I had for my car stopped working. Like, it broke as I was driving. It broke, the little thing. I did a little stop and it broke, so I couldn't get my key to turn back on, so I had to literally go home, grab my spare, leave my car where it was, come back and go back and have them go back, grab my spare and come back in the house and leave again. You guys get what I'm saying? I had to leave my car where I was, get in the Uber, go all the way home, get my spare key, and then Uber back to where my car was. So it was all over the place. So my word of advice is always have a spare on you. If you can, make sure you always have a spare, because I was freaking out. My car is a little older, so it was about time to switch out the key. But anywho, that was my Monday, you guys. So that's where unplanned expense happened. Then we have our electric that came out. I didn't write the electric on the daily spending challenge just so we disinclude bills. If that's something you want to do, you can write your bills, or you can't. It's whatever makes sense to you. And then we did eating out for $16, which was planned. And then on the 6th, I also went and got my eyebrows done, which was $10, and this was self-care / eyebrows. and this would be a planned because I have that in my budget, in my self-care budget. And then on the 6th as well, I also spent $16 to go out for drinks. So we're gonna go ahead and put $16 for spending / going out on the 6th. So 5, 6, $16 spending / going out. I just like to categorize that so I remember exactly what I spent the money on, and that's a part of my spending / going out budget. And then today I also did get some tacos, so I spent $8 on eating out, but I will be eating dinner at home today. So eating out will be planned. My budget is about $25 weekly for eating out, so no more eating out for me for this week. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and hyphen this, but I'm not gonna close it just because we still do, oopsie, my little thing for my pen came off, just because we still have a few days left of this week. All right, you guys, so let's go ahead and do the same thing we did for the previous. So from the 5th to the 7th, I know it's only 3 days, you guys, but it's still good to monitor. We still have a few more days left of the week, but just good to get a start on your stuff. We got 41 plus 26 plus 8. So basically in our spending / variables, we spent about $75, which isn't too bad. Our budget goal for the month, or this particular week, we had electric come out, groceries, eating out, and spending. So I didn't do anything for my grocery budget. That's why I said we still have some time left for this week. If I do want to make anything, I'm going to make sure I still have room in my expense tracker for that. The electric bill did come out, so that would be a part of our full bills, which we spent $75 plus $121, which was our electric. We spent about $196. Our budget for this week is $270, so we're still on track. And as you guys can see, no impulsiveness, but we did have an unplanned expense, so that will be removing some money from my budget to cover my unplanned, or I will pull from my savings just to put that in the emergency category, just to note that that happened. So that is how easy it is, you guys, to set up a daily spending challenge. So I always say prioritize your expense tracker. Do a check-in with yourself. I know a lot of you guys have mentioned to me, I did a little questionnaire on my Instagram. If you guys aren't following my Instagram, make sure you follow my Instagram. It's Jaliyah.Kreationz. There's a lot of clients' results that get posted on that Instagram. There's questions where you guys can ask me a question and I answer it with examples on the Instagram story. So if you guys aren't following me on Instagram, make sure you guys are. Before I end this video though, I do want to get into a giveaway for my lovely budget mamas. So if you guys are starting your budget journey, Mother's Day is coming up, so I wanted to do something special for my budget mama. So last year we did our budget mama giveaway on my TikTok. We did a TikTok run for that, but this year I wanted to do a little bit different. I wanted to give back to my YouTube family, just because I feel like TikTok, I always give them the most options when we do giveaways. Always product launches coming out. We'll do like a registered live so you can know about it, but this time I'm going to give back to my community on my YouTube channel. So I do want to give away one of my purple anniversary bundles, which has been doing extremely crazy in the last few weeks. You guys have been ordering my purple anniversary budget like crazy, my budget bundle. So I want to give back to a mother for this Mother's Day. So I prefer it to be a mother. If you are in the comments, what I want you to do to enter this giveaway, I want you to comment below what your goals are as a mother, just trying to get your finances together, whether it's you're paying off debt, whether you want to build your savings, whether you're planning a vacation, whether you want to buy a home. I just want my mothers to comment below on what some of their goals are this year, and I will be picking one of the mothers in the comment section on Mother's Day to receive the bundle, and I will ship it out to our winner. So what I want you guys to do is just comment that in the video in the comment section. I will put a picture of the bundle on the screen. I want to give back. My mother's favorite color is purple, and she's no longer with us. So last year we did a purple money bag giveaway with some goodies inside of it, but this year I want to give back to my mothers that want a budget and maybe can't get any of the products, or just want to experience a bundle. Maybe you just got the planner and you never experienced the calculators, the highlighters, whatever the case may be. So I do want to give back for this Mother's Day. I don't know exactly if I'm going to do something for my TikTok as well, you guys, so I don't want to say no to that. Usually I do give back to my live viewers, but I'll see. But for sure this giveaway will be happening on my YouTube channel, so all you have to do is comment below that you're a mother and basically what your financial goals are for this year, and just all of that good stuff, what you want to work on. As a financial coach, I like to hear it. I like to know what's going on, and the winner will be picked anonymously through the comment section. So definitely leave that in there. Also, before we do end this video, guys, if you did get a spending tracking calendar, I want to know below in the comments as well. If you're not a mother, if you're going to try this, I know I already posted a video like this before, but I don't care. I'm gonna post another one because it's gonna be helpful for somebody, and you guys were really excited this month to try it, so I was like, okay, let's revisit that just to make sure we're all on the same page. I feel like it's really nice when I can share that bond with my clients and we're all doing something to hold each other accountable. And I usually post my videos, and you know, sometimes you guys will comment and say, oh, I'm trying this or I'm doing this, but it just feels really good to have a video and just be able to stand on that. You guys can see that as well. But those are my first week and a half of the month. I feel like this month is gonna go really good. I'm doing good at keeping my spending under control, and my goal for this month was to stop my impulsive spending with my energy drinks and coffee and caffeine. So I'm gonna just try a whole month and see how it goes. You guys gotta hold me accountable in the comments. If I do slip up, I will put it in my expense tracker, just so you know. But thank you guys again for watching. Mamas, I hope you guys do comment under this video so we can get you in that giveaway and get you a purple budget bundle that you will love so much for your finances. And I will see you guys on my next video. Thank you again for watching. Bye.